application division. Again, I saw many things, but only two things I still remember. One is they have a small facility to do device on the wafer. Okay. So it's like a small foundry, but it's in the lab. And the manager was a Chinese, okay, so he can speak with me on in Mandarin. And later we have some collaboration to use this facility because it's not easy for Taiwan or for our institute to have such a facility, but we have this kind of facility, so you can do, for example, silicon detector in this kind of facility. The other I remember is someone was developing some optical switch using lithium niobium oxide. It's a linear crystal, and so you can add electric voltage to change the index of refraction, and so on. So they also impressed me. They are doing something very fun. Okay, so these are those things. Then Bill Willis took me to his home. So I sleep in his home for one night. And the second day, we flew to Dallas. Okay, with Bill Willis, flew to Dallas. And I sat by him, and during the flight, he was reading. I think he was reviewing proposals. Okay, because at his status, he has to review many grant applications. And so it turned out he was reviewing some proposal on heavy ion experiment. And he told me he has some comment or complaint about, okay, well, these people, they are nuclear physics, they don't know much, something like that. so I think, okay, it seems that high-energy particle physics don't, and nuclear physics, they don't probably get along very well. But actually, at that time, T.D. Lee was promoting heavy ion, right? Heavy ion experimental physics, colliding beam weak at Brookhaven, because Brookhaven lost the collider to Fermi-Lab, and so they have a tunnel, nothing to use. Anyway, so that's one thing I remember that Bill Willis was always busy and lots of proposals to read. And then when we arrived at Dallas, Bill Willis took me to GEM executive committee meeting, and so that's the first time I sat in this executive committee meeting of only a few people, okay, and of a big collaboration. Okay. So the first time I witnessed these politics operating in a big experimental collaboration. And that's the first time I met these guys, very bearish. He is executive committee member of GEM. Charles Baute of New York, Jim Brown of Oregon, so these guys, and I just see how they work. Okay, Bill Willis introduced me, and then they just go on with their business. And so these are also people like Charlie Baute, and so they are later they will come to Taiwan to help me draft the proposal, okay, with your message. Okay, so that's the history. In 1991, I think TDD has a plan how to transform me from theorist into experimentalist. And then after I turned back, and Daiwu, I think because he was sort of reluctant, so he told me and TD and Li Tongdao said, if you want to do this, then I need to drop the 10-year proposal for the development of high-energy particle physics in Taiwan. Okay. And so that's the first thing I have to do. I dropped this sort of first 5 paper of Taiwan high-energy experimental particle physics, but it's not by me in my office alone. And in this draft, there are 3 things I said. First, I said if you want to join SSC, which is a proton collider, I said we need to build a team to join the current hadron collider first, and which means either CDF or DGO as energy collider. So I said first you need to establish team to join this experiment, so that later you have a team to join SSC gym. The second thing I said, for Taiwan to develop particle high-energy experimental physics, we cannot just work on collider experiment. We need to balance on accelerator physics and non-accelerator experiment. Okay, so that's the second thing I said. I don't know what my thinking at that time, but I think non-accelerator experiments are also important. And the third thing I said is that we need to look for opportunity to build an experiment in Taiwan, to show people we can do great things in Taiwan in high-energy experimental physics, because during that time there are many oppositions. And one of the critics said, okay, experimental particle physics, they are always giving money abroad, but they cannot do any good to researchers in Taiwan. Okay. You're just wasting money abroad. And so that's 3 points I put in this 10-year proposal. Anyway, I give this to Liu Wu. And then he said, of course, I need to drop a proposal to send to for Liu Wu to talk to Xia Hanmin, the MSc at that time, and so in order to get money. Okay, so I also need to drop the proposal. So at that time, the idea TDD is for Taiwan Academia Sinica and Gong Yan to join forces, to have a team, and to build a silicon vertex detector for jet. Maybe a portion of it. So I need to drop the proposal on this. Of course, I need to work closely with Gong Yan. At that time, I think Gong Yan was Institute of Electronics, the director of Institute of Electronics. At that time, his name was Xing Zhiqian. He was a Buddhist, and so he's a good guy. Anyway, so we have 2 teams, and one I represent Academia Sinica, and we represent the Gong Yan, and we need to talk to this proposal. And of course, a proposal is just formal, as you know. You cannot get a grant from any proposal at a time. I mean, in terms of the scale. So we need to meet many people. Of course, Xia Hanmin, I think he does not. You got a lot of pressure, right? Because Li Tongdao, he was from Long Weihui and worked with Jiang Yanshi. Jiang Yanshi is very close to. I think at that time is Dong Tong Wu Mishuda. So they are very close. And so I had many meetings, usually breakfast meetings with them. Just Jiang Yanshi, Li Tongdao, and Zheng Dao, and me. I just said them, and they talk how to get the funding. And we also meet Li Guojing, Xu Zhenyan. So there are many many people. I think the message got to Lian Zhan, and he sort of liked the support. But Xia Hanmin, I don't know, he was sent to review. And if you want to, I'm out of my time, right? Not even finish the early stage. Anyway, if you want to do a high energy experimental physics project, just send a review to Xian Yang. And everybody knows that, so he just did that. Of course, he also sent to Senting. So, but these people are still alive, so there is a story, okay, and, involving TD and Senting and DOE. But then, probably I shall not go into that now. Maybe after 5 years, if you are wrong. Because I'm involved with both TD and Senting for such a long time. Okay, so there are still many stories about others, AMS taxonomy, and why I work on instrumentation today and on computing today, but I think I'm out of time. Yeah, so I shall stop, but we still have some time. And during the last week, we are talking quantum physics to Dalai, and TJ was there. I'm the first speaker, and I also chair the first session. And Dalai was supposed to speak for 15 minutes for opening welcome. And she spoke for 15 minutes, instead of 15, 50. And so, as the chairman of the session, moderator of the session, what do you do? Okay, so I just stop here.
Don't worry.